everybody, and welcome to this mini-season or side quest of the Portent Kast, Thicker Than Water, a Blades in the Dark actual play show. We are an all-female and non-binary actual play show playing our favorite TTRPGs here, and if you love D&D and haven't seen the first season called Call of the Dawn, DM'd via our very own Lila, please check it out on our YouTube and keep an eye out for what's coming next. My name is Star, my pronouns are she, her, and I will be your GM or your Blade Master for this 6-episode season of Blades in the Dark, so strap in. Going to be a fun and spooky few weeks. Blades in the Dark is a tabletop role-playing game about a fledgling crew of criminals on the haunted streets of an industrial fantasy city running their own illicit operations and away from others. This game has elements of horror and violence and in the harsh criminal underworld, so please be aware of the content warnings that will be listed at the beginning of every episode where a warning is needed. If you are new to Blades in the Dark, no worries at all. Everyone here is pretty new to the game, so I will be going over mechanics and explaining them as we go forward so everyone can keep up. Having said that, for story and pacing purposes, I have run a small couple of sessions with the group, so their gang has already been established for about 3 months in-game now, just so you're aware. Now to introduce the cast for this season, starting with Lila.
Hello, my name is Lila. I use they or any pronouns. I'm playing Saradwin, who is uses she, her pronouns, and she is the spider class, which basically means she's a smooth talker and has a bunch of connections.
Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I use she, her, they pronouns. I play Rufus Moliere, who uses he, him pronouns, and he is the leech archetype, which means that he tinkers and makes things.
Hi, I'm Carolee. I use she, they pronouns. I'm playing Indy, who uses she, they pronouns as well. And she's a hound, which is a sharpshooter, gunsman, sneaky kind of thing. And I think that's it, right?
Hi, I'm Kristen. I use any pronouns, and I play Asmus, who uses he, him pronouns, and he is a slide. And that means he is a subtle manipulator or spy.
Hi, I'm Ezra. I use he, a pronouns, and I play Adonis, who uses he, him pronouns. He's a whisperer, which means he has like a connection to like the arcane and the spiritual world.
Hi, I'm Helen. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Kikimora, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is a lurk, which basically means I'm a sneaky bitch.
All right, thank you for amazing introductions. Without further ado, let's begin this season, Thicker Than Water. It's time to Blades! Hey guys, just a quick message from Future Star here. Blades in the Dark has a structure for how scores work, which we do follow for this game, but just a quick warning, the opening has been previously planned just to shut up the show and the gang's current dynamic, and the players have asked me to narrate most of it in that area. Like I said in the intro, before we started filming the series, I ran a few small sessions so we could all learn the mechanics before filming and to get the crew together. These sessions ended up having important story information that isn't fully explained throughout the season, but we weren't able to get the recording set up, and the sessions took upwards of 6 to 8 hours, so we won't be able to get those out. So I'm just gonna do a quick run through of what happened, and don't worry if it doesn't make sense right now. I promise it will in the future. In the city of Grimloche, the gang originally came together in a few small groups, having met in dangerous situations beforehand. Kikimora and Adonis worked together to stop a demon in the basement of Grimloche Academy, where Kikimora attends the College of Immortal Studies. Saradwin and Asmus snatched the engagement ring off of Ravana Duval, a young rich girl whose fiance seems to be having an affair with a young man named Timothy. Indy and Rufus were pulled into the gang war at Crowsfoot and helped the Lampblacks, a former Lamplighters guild, and their leader Basso Baz prevent an alliance between their enemies. 3 of the enemies they learned the names of, including Jericho, Timothy, and Ravana's fiance, Gerald. These instances and their subsequent plans together caught the eye of a mysterious figure, and they were all issued letters containing private information that no one else should know about them. Someone had been watching them, but they had no choice but to concede to the demands of the letters. The stranger, calling themselves a patron, asked them to retrieve certain items from the Bellwether Crematorium, the large building where the spirit wardens dispose of bodies and spirits of those who die in the city. The crew all met within the crematorium, where they separately retrieved the life of a spirit warden an improved lightning hook for containing and destroying ghosts, and the prototype of a new spirit mask, allowing those who look through it to see tears where ghosts and demons are breaking through. They all brought their items to the local thrift store, the Goodwill, for delivery when a bag of coins was tossed off the roof to them. The bag had a note that read, "Nothing personal, it's just business," with an explosive attached. They were able to deflect the explosive and ran through the streets of the night market, where they were chased by members of the Red Sashes, a gang of sword fighters who, well, had guns this time. They were defended by the meek receptionist of the local pet clinic and pulled into a secret room in the clinic itself. Over the course of the next few months, the gang, the Vital Vendettas, had one question on their mind. Who had set them up? Over 800 years ago, the Isle of Akros is shattered, the fauna petrified as the cries of those who survived rang out, the cataclysm of the sun bursting, running through the world. A long, pitch-black hand grasps at the dirt as something pulls it away. The ghost field itself is starting to form and keeping the hand from reaching through. A barrier, containing dangerous specters and demons alike, stands strong, the dark hand pushing against it, but unable to get through. Now, 800 years past in our current time, the Guild Museum, the most expensive and beautiful collection of art and artifacts residing within the city of Grimloche, an industrial city surrounded by towers of bright lightning to keep out the dangers of the Deathlands. The inky sea at the edge of the port city has many large Leviathan hunting ships disembarking into the pitch-black night, while the citizens of the Grimloche themselves bustle through, the electroplasmic lamps dimming slightly as many people head home for the night. In Brightstone, one of the richest districts of Grimloche, the museum itself is preparing for a grand exhibit opening that very night. We pull in on a beautiful museum. Works of art, sculptures, jewelry everywhere. People are bustling about in fancy gowns. Waiters are moving. An orchestra plays in the background with a big new exhibit opening. There is a red curtain with a gold cord around it that is blocking it off. And a man, tall with broad shoulders and a bushy mustache, known as Lord Strangford, who is shaking hands with people as they pass by, making sure that everyone knows that he is the reason that this exhibit can take place. And we zoom in on a person playing the cello, looking over their shoulder. What does that person look like?
So this is Indy, but in her alias form, as Penelope Valentine, with like kind of like a straight across bang, blonde, straight hair, and like probably like whatever black skin tight dress, she had to match the orchestra.
Indy, in her alias form, plays the cello beautifully, and no one is the wiser as she looks over her shoulder at Lord Strangford, who has a gap in people, looks like he's met the people that he expects to meet with, and glances over her other shoulder and makes eye contact with someone across the room who has 2 flutes of champagne and gives her a little nod as that person starts to approach Lord Strangford.
Yeah, this person walking over to Lord Strangford is about 5'8", tall, pale skin, black short hair kind of just above the collarbone, choppy bangs that go into a V. She's wearing the fanciest dress with the highest slit possible. Lots of cleavage, everything's going on. This is Saradwin, and she walks over to Lord Strangford.
He reaches out a hand, looks at you. He has this look in his eye as if he doesn't know who you are, and he doesn't know if that means you're too important or not important enough for him. As he reaches over and says, "Ah, hello. A lover of fine arts, I see."
Yes, and I cannot wait to see what the exhibit entails.
Ah, yes. We've spent many a year excavating this rare box of time before the cataclysm. We can't wait to display it.
She hands over the flute of champagne, and after she does so, kind of just like just touches his arm in just like the slightest of way.
He clocks it immediately. Oh yes, and he turns away slightly, and you can see a thick ass key, like a rusty key, hanging off his side.
I just chat him up for a little bit, wait until he's like not looking or paying attention, and then I take the key and just kind of slip it into the sleeve of my dress.
You're able to do so seamlessly. He doesn't notice. And he eventually is called over to someone that he calls important. He goes, Netherington, and heads off. You have the key, you turn over and you make eye contact with Indy again, who gives you a little nod. And Indy, being in the center of this area with the orchestra, no one else would pay attention to anyone who's just sitting there blending in perfectly. But you guys are keeping your eyes out as Indy pulls your elbow out just slightly. And someone starts making their way over with a cart with food on top of it. As Saradwin heads over to the guards in front of the thing. The person pushing the food, just like a waiter, who is that person?
That is my boy Asmus. So he is around 6 foot tall with pretty boy aesthetic. He's pretty boy. He has subtly strong features with blue eyes and has brown wavy hair that flows about mid nape of the neck. Sides are short. Average build. Wearing a nice, cute waiter outfit.
It is 100% a nice, cute waiter outfit.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who there are a couple people who go, "Oh, waiter has a nice butt," and then continue on. As Saradwin passes by you and a key passes between you, a hand reaches out from underneath and grabs, and we cut to underneath the tablecloth stroll. And who's underneath the tablecloth?
That would be Rufus. He's like balled up in kind of like a child's pose like stance, just riding this cart. He's middle-aged man, tried to be as clean as possible, but still has dirt like all over him, kind of aesthetics. Dressed in all black just to try and blend in with the shadows, kind of a deal. So yeah.
You're blending in perfectly. You get a key, mumble a little bit under your breath as you continue on. And Saradwin makes her way to two of the guards who are standing in front of the exhibit now. They're standing at attention, don't look really interested in anything, but out.
Saradwin approaches them, chats them up, does all of the seducing she can, and probably just takes him off towards like a hallway.
They're just like, "Oh my god, a beautiful woman has spoken to me. This has never happened before. I must engage all of the things that I have learned from listening to male pickup artists," and they follow you over. As a what would look like any fancy couple that would fit in, watches them move and heads over. The lady gripping onto the gentleman's arm as they head over. Who's heading closer to this exhibit now?
Hanging off of a beautiful man's arm is Kiki. She is a very petite little albino girl, with little bangs and like curly kind of short hair that goes to about her chin. And she's got her makeup all done. She's in a beautiful white dress, even though it makes her look kind of washed out because she's already super pale. And she is, as they approach the exhibit, sneaking in behind the curtain.
You sneak behind the curtain, and the gentleman kind of turns a little bit to stand and keeps an eye out. And who is this gentleman?
So this is Adonis. He is about He's like 6'1", 6'2". He's got long blonde hair that he usually has like in a high ponytail, but for formality, he's wearing it in like a half up, half down sort of situation. He's got he's got a really nice tux, and his facial features, like sometimes when you look at someone and they're like, oh, this person's cocky. That's the kind of vibe you get when you look at him, and he just radiates bad vibes, like in general with like how he carries himself. Radiates very like bad, creepy vibes of like I do not want to be around this person. But he is keeping watch to make sure that no one else comes in.
We love him for that. You keep an eye out. You're standing kind of at an attention way that's like you could be considered a guard if people who don't know who the guards were saw you, but you considered a guest if the guards saw you. So you're able to blend in pretty seamlessly, and no one gets too close because of a general creepy vibe. They can't tell what it is, but it's there. As Kiki, you slip behind, and you're able to easily get underneath the red curtain, where there is a time capsule box with a thick lock. There is a glass container around it, and that itself has a lock at the bottom. That you don't have a key to.
I will pull out my fine lockpicks and do what I do best.
Absolutely.
Start picking that lock.
Within your cleavage, you pull out lockpicks, and you're like, hell yeah. And you're able to get it unlocked very quickly. Adonis hears a little stick and does a cough just at the right moment so that no one else hears it. As you unlock it and lift up the glass container. The box is at your fingertips. Are you gonna take it?
Yeah.
Right. You lift the box up, and this is the time before there are laser anything like that going on, so you're able to just slick it back down. Do you put the lock back on, or do you leave it off?
I'll leave the lock off, but I'll put just the glass like set on top of it with a particular little vial inside.
All right, you put a vial, a crystal bottle vial inside, and leave it. You leave it uncorked slightly, so it looks like something is starting to trickle out.
Yeah.
And turn around. You're able to get back out, meet up with Adonis, and give each other kind of like a knowing look, like, well, that went well. And then, did you stick it underneath your dress?
Yeah, she's gonna put it under her dress in between her thighs so that she's like holding it with her thighs as she walks out.
You're walking in a kind of like stiff way now, but if anyone saw you, they'd be like, wow, her dress is really tight, and then continue on. You can see they're starting to go over, and you hear, the new exhibit box ready to be displayed in 10 minutes. Everyone gather round. And it would look really suspicious if you were to leave right now, but luckily you have thought of that as a sexy waiter starts heading your way.
So Asmus walks over and pretends to trip and fall, spilling red wine on the poor albino girl.
You spilled red wine on my white Valentino dress?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
As Kiki puts on quite the show, she's going to just like grab Adonis by the elbow and be like, we're going home. Tonight's ruined. I need to change.
Okay.
You see, as you guys go, you're making a big spectacle of this. You turn off Adonis or Asmus. You're giving a good like, oh shit, I've messed up here kind of movement. Kiki, as you go, you make subtle eye contact, turn over, make brief eye contact with your roommate, who you've just spotted is here, and she's just giving you a look like, I know her, and then you just turn back away and continue on. You imagine she'll probably eventually recognize you, but it's not a place for you to be somewhere like this. As you go out, thighs gripped tight around this box. Roll for Splinter. No. He can... Asmus kind of pushes the cart back to a kind of back wall, leaves it there as a other waiter comes over to berate him and starts to pull him away. And as he's being pulled away, Indy, you spot some large hands crawling out and just like slowly crawling down the hallway that no one is in. Indy, what are you doing?
So Indy sees that Rufus is leaving and all the things are happening, and I'm gonna say it's probably at the end of a song, because she would, or a piece, she would never interrupt a piece. That would be totally wrong. And she just, oh my, and like just kind of like slumps over and falls on the ground. Everyone probably like rushes her. It was okay. I think just it's a little hot in here. I don't. Okay. I think I just need to. I think go. I'm gonna go take a break, and like stands up, kind of like slowly walks off, with her cello in hand, and heads to the room where the instruments are kept, or like where they would have had all of their like cases and everything, and flips her dress inside out so it's now a cape, and puts her cello away, pulls out a red wig, puts the new curly red wig on, and probably wearing something similar to like what like any sort of help would be wearing, just like black top, skin type, like black sort of pants that would have been able to be under, and takes her cello and walks back out the door and follows the direction Rufus went.
You start to follow. You hear some people whispering, Penelope got sick. Oh no, Penelope. Oh, I hope she's getting some good air. It's a cold night. And continue on as Rufus, you've been on your hands and knees for about probably 20 feet before you realize no one is looking at you and you can stand up, and you push yourself up and start making your way down to a door that has previously been unlocked. So you're able to, like, as a guard is heading down, just go poof, push your way back out. And eventually you get through a door that was unlocked earlier by Indy, and there is a big grate that leads down to the waterways, the underground waterways that lead also to the sewers in front of you.
I prep the grate, making sure that the people who from the plan are escaping with me this route, that it's just easy to do.
You've spent many a day with a blowtorch in your hand. It takes no time at all as you're able to get it undone. God damn. I wasn't thinking it. Then Lila made a face. And you're able to get it done quick. We cut back to Asmus heading back. You're being led by a waiter who kind of pushes you and is like, go speak to the manager. Go. And just leads you on, and turns back around. You're alone, and you know you don't want to get spotted by the manager because they would know that you are not part of their business. And you see them starting to come around the corner.
So he's going to quickly hide behind a bust, a statue bust, and wait for the manager person to pass. And then once the coast is clear, he's going to change his outfit really quick, probably just unbutton a shirt, he has underclothes on, and leaves out the back door that leads kind of by where the garbage is kept.
Absolutely. You as he moves around the bus, you both do this weird thing where you switch positions, and then you continue on as he heads into the party to see what the promotion is. You're able to get out of where the garbage is. You are out. We have Adonis and Kiki have made their way out of the party into the cold night air. Indy is making their way to you, and Sarah, when you see Indy give you kind of like a knowing look as she heads down the hallway.
Okay, I will wait till she's further down the hallway, then I will take both guards by the chin and just say, now, be good boys and don't speak of this.
What? Okay. You hear one of them mutter, like, oh no, I'm not gonna say that. That was
Now I gotta know.
mommy.
No, you ain't gotta say it.
Mommy. No, Star, cut this from the editing. No. They just look confused and they don't say anything. They give each other a weird look and they're like, okay, well, I guess she knew what she was doing, so I won't say anything. It's the kind of vibe you get off them. You don't know if they won't say anything. Because as you head down, you hear Lord Strangford step up and go, ah, yes. Welcome, friends, to the display of the time capsule from the Cataclysm before times. We are so grateful to be able to open this finally today, and now what? And he's looking down for his key, and he's like, oh, Spencer, do you have the key? What? Sorry, Spencer must have the key. And they lift up the big, curtain. It falls back, and there is a ghost of a, probably a man in his 20s with like a scar on his face, pushing against the glass, just going. And then the glass bursts open, and he goes, "Fuck you!" and then flies into the air. You guys all are a little bit disappointed you didn't get to see it happen because you've made your escapes. But the three, as the grate is coming off, you are able to hear the "fuck you," and you're like, it is time, and jump through the grate, where a medium-sized gondola is awaiting for you guys, and you're able to get in and slowly push away. You have successfully grasped the box from the museum. The museum is in a panic and is looking around and is giving an alert of no one can leave, but they're not looking at anyone who has already left. Kiki and Adonis, where are you guys headed?
Probably back to our secret lair.
It's lair indeed.
Clinic, if you will.
How clinical of you. Yes, the secret lair of the Secret Paws Pet Clinic. As you guys turn to head that way, Kiki, out of the corner of your eye, you see someone that looks kind of familiar. You can't quite place him. And then you remember, oh, there was this time that I snuck into the Aruvian sword fighting school. And I remember someone calling this man Timothy. And I remember recently some things that have happened. And he starts to, he's looking over his shoulder. He has a strong jawline and brown hair. And he's looking over his shoulder and he looks very panicked about something. And he's making his way through Brightstone.
As Adonis and I are like walking towards the vet clinic, Kiki is just gonna move her hair kind of out of the way of the back of her neck, and Adonis will see her eyes go black for a moment. Is he following them?
You are able to see him heading toward the bridge. It looks like he is heading across the bridge to White Crown.
Interesting. Kiki's eyes go back to normal. She kind of just like shakes out her hair, and looks at Adonis and tells him, he's heading towards the academy. We should be okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep walking
Thanks for looking
towards-
out, though. I wouldn't have thought to see where he was going.
Yeah. I got you. She like pats his arm.
His big muscular arm. Yeah, you guys head back and we finish the score as you guys all head to the Grimpaws Clinic / pet store. And some of you go through a secret passage through the pet store. The secretary looks up at you and gives you a little wave. as you come in, and you see as Kiki and Adonis go through the front, she gives a little, she's writing on a clipboard that goes, "Ah, I see you spilled red wine all over your Valentino white dress."
Yes, I did. Thank God I have money. She like rips it off. And like ducks into a back room to put on her more comfortable clothing. Passing the box to Adonis before she leaves, because there's no point in walking with it between her legs anymore at this point.
Fair enough.
You hear the secretary or the receptionist goes, "Can we use them as puppy pads?" As you pull back a door into a secret back room with documents and blueprints everywhere, some chairs, books. There's a board that has little pics of red lines in between everything. As you guys are planning stuff. Guys slowly start to make your way into the secret passage as Adonis and Kiki see as Saradwin enters, closely followed by Asmus, as you guys met outside. Not far, you see Kiki changing into something better in a ripped up dress on the floor.
Oh, so we both had useless things for these dresses. That god asked me if he could extend an invite to his pants party. This is just disgusting behavior from men.
Inspiration. You as you hear the word pants party, through the opposite side there's a brick wall that looks to be completely normal, but three people slowly move through the brick wall. A white key in Rufus's hand, and as you come back you just stick the key in the brick and it just goes whoop, and you lock up the ghost door. You guys all enter.
Fuck yeah, mole man, we did this shit.
Yeah.
As a successful mission, you guys all gather around as Kiki places the box in front of you, twists the lock, and it pops open. Inside, you guys see some kind of basic stuff. You see an address book from 800 years plus prior, a small dagger that looks like it could be either a dagger or like a letter opener, old world money, so a few silver pieces that looked like they're dated a long time back, and a small vial with a message inside of it.
Kiki will pick up the silver and hold it out to Rufus and just be like, "Do you think you can use this to make some stuff? It looks like it's real silver."
Yeah. Give it.
Saradin will take the vial and just see what the note says.
Okay. You pull it out, and you're kind of startled to find familiar handwriting in it that says, "It's nothing personal."
Oh, god damn it.
We duped.
What?
Kiki
Look at
grabs
this
the
note.
address book and starts flipping through it, just like, ugh.
The address book has a lot of dust on it. You pull it out. It has a bunch of just a bunch of addresses that you don't know me, that like 214 Maple Street parentheses under the tree, like, and you guys know that isn't actually a thing. So it's like, definitely this was all stuff that happened, and the vial itself had a thick layer of dust on it.
Sarah Twin, do you know who wrote this note?
You is it the same writing as the letter that I got?
Yes, it is.
She shows the note to Indy. You should also recognize his handwriting.
She passes it to Rufus while rolling her eyes.
Where the fuck is this? He hands it off.
We just keep passing it around.
Passing it around the circle.
So if whoever wrote the letters to us wrote these, and there's a thick layer of dust on this time capsule or whatever, they must be some sort of old-ish person, at least. This is supposed to be from before the cataclysm.
Was this like a big plan thing?
I don't know how it could be planned, considering we were only all born, 40 years ago max for most of us, or for one of us. The rest of us, 30 years ago max. But
Well, it could have just been planted ahead of time. I mean,
well, yes, but look at this thick layer of dust on the vial. You can see where my fingerprints wiped it away.
oh, there was dust on the vial too, not just the other stuff. Oh, okay.
Would we be
How?
able to determine how much time?
No.
Is it all evenly coated? Like it's all been in there the same amount of time, or is like the vial slightly less coated, or anything like that?
You could assume it was about the same time. The money itself has little markings of a date in it. And you're able to find a similar date around within 30 years of that in the address book to be Cheryl moved here at this time. Keep track because she moves a lot.
Do we know who had, I guess, tipped us off or whatnot for this specific job?
This specific one, you don't know. You all had different connections to it. It was, you overheard stuff about the exhibit in different ways. Kiki, you overheard it at the school. Sarah Dwin overheard it from some of her rich connections. And Indy overheard it from her sister directly when she was visiting family or just meeting up with her sister in a public place. So you all heard about it separately, and then on the same day it all came to each other and was like, have you guys heard about this? And we're like,
Okay.
Do we know who commissioned the time capsule and when?
You know that Strangford was paying to excavate it. So he was the person kind of in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Strangford himself is a man of the city council. And you guys have had what is a possible past dealing with him before.
Mm-hmm.
Saradwin takes the note and the vial, puts the vial in a bag, and just puts it up on the board with all of the red string, and just connects it to Lord Strangford.
Yeah. Great. You don't know who, but someone has made 2 red angry marks over his eyes on the picture you have of him.
That's what I was thinking too, Kristen. I was like, it was definitely Asmus.
Are there also little devil horns?
Yeah.
You guys all have separately added to it at one point or another.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
When you saw him tonight, you were actually surprised he didn't have devil horns with how often you've seen that picture.
He doesn't actually have devil horns? Oh.
Unless they're really small.
Could
I
be.
know my art is convincing.
As you guys are standing in there out loud, out in the lobby, you guys know it's super late. The store is about to be closed for the night. The only people who can really enter this time are the people who work there, the veterinarians, and then also you guys. So occasionally at night you'll hear the sounds of pets, and that's about it. And you hear a voice come through, going, "Hello? Hello?" And the receptionist is like, "Hi, can I help you? Hi?" And he goes, "Yes, hi, I am looking for normal people who have a box." And then you can't hear him wink, but you can assume he just winked right then.
Do any of us recognize the voice?
Sarah Dwin, Indy, and I will even say Kiki recognize the voice as a rich man who speaks at the academy a lot. His name is Cyrus Blackmore.
So Indy definitely recognizes the voice.
Yes.
Indy goes up.
You come out of a secret passageway, or do you go outside and come through the front?
Well, outside the front with Corsica.
I thought you were gonna say with the box. I was about to be like, whoa.
With the box. No, with Corsica, Indy's hedgehog, in her hands,
gurgle. Just like little
I'm
hands,
the
like
same.
yeah. He goes, I'm looking. Oh, Indy. Hi, Indigo. Hi, Indy. That's the name you. Yeah. Hi. I mean, I don't know your name. And he looks away.
Okay, Cyrus.
What? I am completely normal. And you see, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a about 5'10" man in his mid 40s, like late 40s, early 50s. He's got some stubble here that you didn't see that he had last time, and his hair is kept, and he looks like he's dressed for a fancy party.
Oh, hey, Cassandra. I was just dropping Corsica off for a nail trimming. Cyrus, what are you doing here? Do you bring? You don't have any pets?
No, I also wanted my nails trimmed, but I realize now that this is a pet store, and I have gone too far. Oh no, care to take a walk with me?
Sure. She still has her disguise on, but she knows full well now that Cyrus knows who she is, disguised and all. So she goes in full disguise.
Do you drop off Corsica, or do you literally just be like, I need a nail appointment? Oh, okay, and then just take Corsica with you?
She drops off Corsica. She just hands. I'm assuming this is a thing that's pretty normal.
Yeah, we'll do it. You literally see, as she goes back, she goes, hello, little Corsica, and like takes her back into the room.
Corsica definitely balls up and spikes at her, and
oh yeah,
she's not happy.
She's rubbing at the spikes, like, oh, you're so cute. You can sense that there's a bubble that just went, Corsica will remember this. As Cyrus heads off, he's walking like he doesn't know how to be there. Like he's trying so hard to act nonchalant that he forgot how to exist as a human. You can tell that he's trying to remember how to breathe, like at this point, because he's just like,
Cyrus, chill the fuck out.
Sorry, I can't do that. There's so much not chill in my body right now. I can't express it.
What's happening? Is my sister okay?
Oh yeah, she's fine. She's doing great, actually. Her parents have talked about getting her engaged to a new guy.
Oh God.
I know. I thought her and Edmund were perfect for each other. My son. And then he looks into the distance.
Yeah. So what is happening right now? What are you doing on this side of town?
Well, that's the main reason I'm panicking right now. I haven't been here in years, and I'm very agoraphobic, I guess I would say. He's like moving his hands like this. You played some beautiful music at the museum tonight.
Thank you.
And the fuck you ghost was very funny. Good job on that. Yes.
I'll let whoever did that know that you appreciated the fuck you ghost.
Listen, I came here to offer help you.
In what nature?
Recently, there was a group of people who helped me out. They formed a gang in the past couple years, and I give them money and supplies sometimes. And they came to me and told me that someone left them a note and told them to steal something, and then threw a bomb at them when they gave them the stuff in the Goodwill over there, in the Goodwill. I have recently heard of a similar bomb experience happening a couple months ago, and I did some more research into it, and I don't know how to say this fully, but I would like to help you get back at Cardera for doing this.
Who?
Cardera? Chauncey Cardera. He's the headmaster of the academy.
So am I assuming just all this time, like, because Cyrus has spotted Indy various times now, that he's just fully aware of everything? Like, in this moment, can I just assume, I can be like, yeah, he just knows?
You have seen multiple times while you guys are doing a heist, he is just there sometimes, and you make eye contact, and he knows some of your group, but not all of it, so he will, anytime he sees you, he's just like, I will not make eye contact. I will look away. Wow, this wall is so interesting. Like, you could tell he's got that, like, kind of, I'm not paying attention to anything right now vibe.
Yeah, and Indy definitely, just because this is stuff that happened in, like, one-on-one, like, Cyrus would definitely be keen enough to know Indy now from whatever disguises she's wearing, because they've known each other since she was a child. So the disguises don't necessarily work on him. So we're assuming he knows everything. Like, I'm not gonna, okay. So, okay, I'm just dropping this now. What is, why are you here?
Well, because of Chauncey.
Because of, okay, so how can we, so you believe this Chauncey person is the one who's been bombing people?
I don't believe, I know. After the stuff that he's been doing with... He's doing things that only the spirit wardens had access to, but in a much higher capacity.
Chauncey. Okay. So, I still, why are you here? Like...
Because I am hoping to help you if you could help me. Well, to be honest, I'll just give you any information you want, but also I would like some help, please.
Okay. And what kind of help are you requesting?
Well, and he looks off embarrassed, and he's like, well, there is a family heirloom that was given to me. Well, it wasn't given to me. Given to me, it was passed down through my family's many generations. And it is important to me, and I recently found out that it is about to be sold off overseas, and I will never be able to see it again. So I thought, since you are so good at grabbing things that don't belong to you, you could help me get it back, please.
I can help you with that. And I might know some people who might also be interested in helping with that, but how does this have to do with Chauncey, though? Like, what are we getting from this?
This has literally nothing to do with Chauncey. I will tell you any information you want to know. I just would like my heirloom back.
Got it. So we get information about Chauncey.
Yes.
And you get your heirloom back.
Yes.
Okay. I guess if we want to go back to the vet clinic, because you obviously came there for a reason, I will go and
I followed the spooky ones. I followed the spooky ones here. I didn't know where you were before.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't tell them I said that, though. They did a very good job sneaking.
You just noticed. You just did a very good job of noticing then.
Yes. Well,
so I guess let's go back and I will see what we can do.
You guys make your way back to the pet clinic. Sandra comes out with a little balled up hedgehog and just like, yeah, here you go. Who actually sniffs up and looks at Cyrus and is like, I recognize you.
For sure. Put her in my pocket.
The face she makes. What are you doing here? What are you taking him to?
I'm gonna leave him up here in the waiting room to be all weird. And go back through the secret door. So he doesn't see anything or know anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back outside.
Okay. Let me one thing real quick. As you try to go backside, you hear Vesna, the receptionist, go, "You know we're closing soon, right?" At him, and he's just like, "Oh yeah," and you've left him in a very awkward position as you go back around.
Oh, that's right. It's Vesna, not Cassandra.
Okay, Cassandra was also there. She was the vet.
And I go back in. So it seems that we might have another opportunity.
Opportunity for what?
So, with the most impeccable timing, Cyrus Blackmore is here. And Cyrus seems to know who's behind these letters and the bombs. And in exchange for information, we have to retrieve something for him.
Who is it, and what do we have to retrieve?
Cyrus is just a big fancy man. You know, one of
No,
those.
who is he saying that?
Oh, who is he saying? Oh, geez, well, man, be more clear. He believes it's Chauncey Cardera.
Does that name mean anything to any one of us?
Yeah, I think Adonis and Kiki, you both remember. And also Serdwin, you're very well connected. You know that it would be the headmaster of Grimloche Academy in Whitecrown.
So, Chauncey has nothing to do with, you know, what Cyrus wants us to go get, of course, but he says that he has information that would be, you know, that would benefit us. So he wants us to retrieve a family heirloom. I wasn't going to sit there and listen to him go on and on more, unless I needed to. So, I just got the bare minimum. But we have to retrieve whatever heirloom this is. And he will, in exchange, give us information about Chauncey.
Did he give specifics of what this heirloom is?
No, I really didn't want to sit there and talk to him more unless I absolutely had to.
If we don't know what heirloom it is, how would we be able to tell which one it is if there's multiple different ones being shipped?
Well, I mean, I can just go upstairs and talk to him. I just kind of left him up there with Vesna. He's being awkward and he's sweating a lot. So I just kind of left him there. I mean, I don't want him clearly, I mean, he said he followed the spooky ones, so he knows we're here now. I don't know how y'all want to deal with that. If you just want to bring him in here.
A spooky one?
I don't know. Whoever this, I guess that would be Kiki and Adonis, maybe.
Yeah.
But he said y'all did a very good job. He really enjoyed the show.
Kiki's gonna look at Adonis and be like, I didn't see anyone when I...
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know. I guess for an old man, he's kind of spry.
That's impressive.
You're calling old.
I guess.
Yeah, he's like 40.
That's not an old man.
No, he'd be more like, I would say almost 50, because if Indy's in her 20s.
Yeah, he's like mid-50s.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, he's upstairs. Clearly he knows we're here. Vesna, I don't think is very happy that I just left him there. I don't know if we want to go bring him here. We could talk to him. We can get as much information as we can about heirloom.
Should we
And
maybe tell him to meet us tomorrow or something? So that way, he's not coming here to our lair, but
Yeah.
we can meet him somewhere else, like Saradwin's house or something.
I do not want that man in my house. I could just, blindfold him, spin him around like 100 times, be all dizzy, disorientated, and then bring him down here.
That's actually a really great idea. Do we have?
I
just
could
a
also give
separate
him like
room?
some of the sleeping drought and, wake him up after he's down here.
I really like this putting a blindfold on him and spinning him around idea. That's kind of fun.
I mean, cool. I'll go do that. She takes a blindfold from like one of her little thigh holster things
She
and
pulls
just
out
takes it
some
out.
handcuffs, a blindfold, a whip.
Yeah. See, I'll be right back. Goes upstairs. She kind of wants to do it sneakily just to be funny. And then just blindfold him and just spin him around a ton. You're okay. You're fine. Just keep your eyes closed.
I don't have anybody on me. I do. You can take it. Anything you want.
She just laughs and then just after he's been spun and is almost throwing up, brings him downstairs to the lair.
On her steps, blindfolded. Huh? 1,
Oh,
2,
you're fine.
3.
I've got you. She just slightly pushes him slightly as he's going down. Just so he stumbles.
He hits a wall and goes, oh. Oh. You can't see anything. Everything's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Can I take it off now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
She'll sit him and then just sit him down on the ground, directed towards a corner, and then unblindfold him.
Oh, okay. I'm in a corner. What did I do?
You're grounded.
Oh no, not again. It's been so many years.
I mean, Cyrus, of course we can't, let you see everything in here.
Oh, so I shouldn't turn. Okay, I shouldn't turn around.
No, Cyrus.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I can put the blindfold back on if you'd like.
No, it makes my vision blurry. I'll just stare at this corner. Wow, there's an ant here.
I
Wow.
should take care of that.
Oh, little beetle. Okay, what are we doing? What's going on? Hello. Hello. Criminals.
So you want us to? I prefer if you didn't use that word. But
Oh, I'm so
whatever.
sorry. Was that offensive? I'm so sorry.
You like us to get an heirloom for you?
Yes, of course. Hello, Vital Vendettas. Hello, and he does this with his hands. He does wait, you can't see. He goes like he's waving at you.
Hello, Cyrus Blackmore. Just cut to the chase. What's this heirloom? Where do we have to go to get it? Be quick about it.
Yes. Okay. Well, my great grandfather Lysander Blackmore was a big part of helping. Okay. Less.
Significantly.
Less just like the date it needs to be taken back, exactly where we need to go, just like bullet points in your mouth.
Intricate pocket watch. The hive has it. The trade-off is happening in 10 days at the academy.
Do we know who the hive is?
The hive, yes. Some of you would know about the hive. I think you guys have been a little bit in the criminal underworld. You know about the hive. They are a guild of legitimate merchants who secretly trade in contraband. But because they have a legitimate front, someone like Cyrus would not be able to stand against them. And because of that.
So Asmus would really know them because his background of
Yes. As you have done work with them before. But like a lot of people you've done work with, they don't particularly like you anymore. And they're going to make a trade-off at the midterm party at the academy in 10 days because they are catering it. They also deal in shops and catering.
I have a question. Would Indy have gone to the academy?
No, because the academy is like you go there when you're like 18 plus.
Oh, it's okay. It's more like second, like post.
Yeah, it's
school.
like a university.
Okay.
I have heard they will be handing it off there because they do it during events, but they will be catering and it will go off into the Inky Sea. Any more bullet points? Let me think. I can give you information and also money.
Do you have a picture of the pocket watch?
In my home, yes.
I mean, you could just describe it. I could draw it up real quick.
Okay, yes. It is a pocket watch. That is gold, and on the back of it, it has a design that's like a moth, but it's got a lot of little things coming out of it. There's a flower there and a flower there.
Okay. That she definitely in her drawing, just like one of the things just coming out of it is just like a small little penis.
Yeah.
Just drawing.
He didn't specify. It could be.
So like this, and just puts the notebook in front of his face.
Ah, well, one too many penises, but yes.
You didn't necessarily say what the things were coming out of the mouth, so I improvised.
I like it. How much do you want for it?
The drawing?
Yes.
One coin will be fine.
Oh, that's way too much money. Never mind. But can you, if you are able to retrieve the pocket watch, and then I will not be able to be at the party specifically, but I will be waiting up in the tower of the College of Naval Command. There are 3 colleges of the academy, and I can wait up at the tower there and hand off money. And and we can do like a cool, like a long thing, and you slide down it, whee, like that thing.
Okay, Cyrus, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Sorry, I've always wanted to go down a something like that.
I'm sure there's a park somewhere where you could set that up between 2 trees.
Mm-hmm.
I've hurt myself.
Have you, Cyrus, have you done any... You mentioned giving resources to other gangs, like... You seem to know more than you let on.
I try not to give to too many gangs, I would say. They're really just people who do great things. But I've worked a little bit with the Paris, which is their crew is very nice, and they helped me out once, so I provide money for them. And unfortunately, Chauncey, with his bomb, Gray lost their legs in the explosion that followed. None of them died, thank goodness, but Gray will never walk again. Because of the count of not having legs.
I mean, that's a given, sure. Okay, so this other group, are you wanting us to work with them, or?
A great idea. Yes. They know the academy well, as I'm sure you do too, and he gestures to where he thinks the spooky ones are. He's like, those two. And he definitely does, he points at a wall, and he's like, as I'm sure those two know, and he points at a wall. He weirdly points at the picture of Strangford that's drawn on. He's like, as I'm sure they do as well. I'm sure they would be able to help with distractions and also getting into his office if need be. Wait, you're not going there for that. You're going to tangle with the hive. Well, I'm sure they would be able to help. They're such nice people.
Do we know where the heirloom is being kept? Like, where is it now?
I have no idea. They have so many warehouses and business covers that I could not find where it is.
Well, we have 10 days to figure this out, so we can all go to our little connections. Do that.
A single tear goes down his cheek at the thought of people helping him. Big himbo.
mean, so does that mean Indy looks around? We're doing this? Are we gonna?
Yes.
So,
I mean, if a school teacher wants to bomb us, I think we should really get that guy out of the school so he doesn't hurt children. Or, not children per se, but, young adults.
You eventually lead Cyrus out and move forward. You have 10 days to do research to retrieve the Blackmore Pocket Watch family heirloom. The Hive will be doing the trade-off in the middle of the end of midterms celebration at the Academy, and Cyrus has asked you to meet him at the college, at the top of the College of Naval Command. The other group that he works with, the Paris, he will send someone of them to meet with you during the week leading up to it, or the 10 days. You come back to the shop one day. Are you guys living there, by the way? Who's living at the shop? Or you guys have your own places all? That's fine. You guys are there one there, and there is two men just standing there. One of them is kind of like a big buff, like Dorito body man with pushed back hair. And he's covered in tattoos. There are tattoos everywhere on this man. And standing next to him is a slightly shorter man with black hair, like it's kind of fluffy and down in front of his eyes. So you don't know how he can see. And they're both just kind of standing there looking around, and you can see like the receptionist just kind of off put by them, and you guys walk in to like through the front, maybe to get your pets looked at or whatever you're doing there for your secret hideout, and they kind of turn to you, and the taller one with tattoos goes, "Oh, okay, you're here, cool."
Hi?
We know you?
Oh, we were also hired for the pocket watch. We're trying to see that fucking dumbass, Chauncey. What a dumb fucking name. We wanna blow him up.
Oh, okay. So
see-
do we?
You see
Yeah,
a lady
that
who
sounds
brought
great.
a lady who brought her cat into the pet clinic just quickly walks out. Just like
And Adonis gonna look at Kiki. He's like, "We have another room, right? That we can like take them to. We're not talking about this in the lobby."
I mean, we could always take them to the gambling hall.
Oh, that's true.
Works.
Let's take him to the gambling hall.
you see the shorter one leans up and says, "You guys have a gambling hall?" And you see his all of his teeth are completely sharp, and he's grinning so widely. He's like, and he starts to get up, and the other one says, "No. We've spent a lot of our money on shit." And he's like, "What if it's goats?"
It is!
It's goats! And he has
It's
no,
goats.
don't excite him, please. And he rolls in and out, and he and you guys lead him over to the gambling hall. What is the name you guys decided on for your gambling hall?
Don't
I
remember. It was
don't
something.
remember.
It was some sort of pun.
Got your goat. Cool. You guys head over to the gambling den you have that's behind the Goodwill, which I'll never stop saying. And called Got Your Goat. And he, the slightly shorter of the two goes, "How? Do they have my goat?" And he's like, "No, your goat is dead." "What happened to it?" "Dude, this was years ago. Go in." And just pushes him in. You guys talk in the gambling hall, and you learn that this is another group. They tell you about how they seem very open. They tell you about how their friend, who part of their group, Gray, lost their legs in the explosion because they weren't able to deflect it. But they pushed the others out of the way, so they were the only one who was injured. As you guys are sitting there, the bigger man, you see one of his tattoos, literally, and while he's talking, he just gets a little wince, and it fades from his entire body. He goes, "Okay." Continues on. You learn they've done some research into him. They haven't been able to get into the academy, but they're hoping that getting this pocket watch back will let Cyrus give them access to going into the headmaster's office because it's heavily blocked and guarded and he doesn't come out that often.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately. You learn that the bigger guy, the Dorito man, is named Asher. And then the guy with the sharp teeth is named Yun. And they are people who can help you throughout the heist with doing things. If you guys go different directions, they can come together. And they let you know that they've learned some of the trade routes of where it's going to be delivered at the top through a gondola that will be secretly in the sewers that will lead off to a group. They don't know who he hasn't been able to find out who they're selling it to, but it's some traders in the area. And that the Hive are at midterms basically just going to be the caterers. So that's how you'll be able to identify them as caterers. For now, Blades in the Dark is separated into 4 different sections. We have the free play, which is where we do montages, kind of stuff what we've been doing. The engagement roll, where we move on to the score. The score itself, where everything is a play-by-play. And then downtime, which happens at the end of the score. For what you're doing in between stuff, like healing or getting assets. For this, downtime is going to be at the beginning of every episode. We didn't have it this time because we went straight through like a montagey score for establishment. Which is not the norm, but it was fun. So we did it. So moving forward, we're going to go ahead and start with the engagement roll, which is a different number of die to increase the effect of where you start. So the first thing we need to have is the type of score that it is. So are you guys thinking assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, transport?
Most likely stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. This will be the main route, and the detail I need is the point of infiltration.
You can have a group be in the sewers to block them, kind of. We can have another group going to the party that they're catering.
Kiki will literally be doing her finals, so
Kiki will be doing
there.
midterms, so yeah.
Yeah, like she's gonna be at the party anyway because she's a student.
Yes, so that's good. Trying to think of where else they would be.
Is since we did like a little fat flash forwardy sort of thing, would Indy's rifle be done now?
We'll have to do it during downtime actions. So after, yeah. So we'll be able to finish it during that time.
So Indy doesn't have her rifle yet, so she won't be able to do the long distance sort of things.
Depending on how many people want to be like right there in the action, Kiki can probably get like +1s.
Indy definitely could be.
I
or
think
she can sneak over and just unlock the main gate for them to just come in.
like unlock, everyone comes in.
Yeah.
Easiest infiltration.
Asmus would probably stay back because they know him, and he's worked for at least some of them. Can you not?
Indy could come up with a good disguise for you.
That too. I like that.
Lots of wigs.
Yeah.
Cool. We can disguise.
So, is this stealth or social? You guys said stealth?
Like for the actual thing, yeah, it would be stealth.
Is
I
there
think.
a way to do both?
Yeah.
Like,
This is just the way that you're getting in. This is like the first like how to get past the first obstacle, basically.
Most of it would be social then.
Yeah, because that would be on Kiki most likely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that then. It's like social stealth, like that. Like
Yeah.
you're getting in.
Yeah.
For the engagement roll, we take some factors and we roll more die, and the higher result gives you a better starting point. 1, 2, 3 is desperate starting point. 4 and 5 is risky. 6 is controlled, and if there's more than 1 6, that is a critical success. So we're counting how many die we're starting with. You get 1 die for sheer luck, and that'll be my fancy metal die. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? Say so, yes. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? You guys think so?
Yeah, because thinking about the people catering, avoiding
Or working with
People-
another group that we don't really know.
Mhm.
that too.
No, it's true.
So we'll take a die away from that. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them with their weakest? You think?
Not really.
Does the target have particular defenses or special preparations? No. Can any friends or contacts provide aid? That's what we have for squad. Are any enemies or rivals involved? Not that you're aware of. And are there any other elements to consider? Usually, doing a score in White Crown would be more difficult. A bunch of college kids are partying right now. So, kind of where you're at. So that's giving us a total. Let me double check one more thing. You get plus 1d for stealth plans, and I will consider this social stealth, so we'll add an extra die for that. Because you have a secret passageway ability for your crew. For your gang of shadows. So we're rolling 3 die for this. Let's hope.
I hate when you do
What-
that.
what is
They
that
never know
face?
if
I don't like
that's
that face.
good or
I don't
bad.
like that face.
That is a 2
Oh boy.
and 2 6s.
Yeah.
Critical
I
success.
was like that
I
either
was
means
so
it was
scared.
a critical success or our highest was a 3. Like
I was terrified.
The drama. We cut into, we're starting with social, the point of approach. You are able to get everyone in seamlessly. She literally goes up and unlocks the gates, and there is a guard asleep leaning against a hedge and just goes, and you guys are able to come in. You know that a lot of the portion is going to be stuck in the College of Naval Command, because the university is the academy. Sorry, there's a university and an academy. The academy is split up into 3 different sections. You have the College of Naval Command, which is where Cyrus wants to eventually meet you guys, like near the end. The College of Imperial Science on the left, and then the College of Immortal Studies on the right. There are kids partying around a fountain. There is one kid that they're bopping for apples inside this fountain. You guys literally have to get through a group of people dancing and just dance your way through. Which is when you run into the people, which is when you run into your friends, the paras, who basically back into you. And when Yun goes to get like a big toothy grin, he's like, no, and puts his hand over his mouth and is like, no, we're incognito. And then you're like, well, I said that too loud. We're incognito. And you guys find yourselves, you've got through easily, and you can see multiple caterers moving around. You see some of them are holding trays of shrimp. One of them has fried eel, and someone they've got like cloches that they're lifting stuff off dramatically of. And because of that critical success, I will say your disguise was perfect. No one is going to recognize Asmus. And you can see some of them moving with cloches to places that people are not. So that is a suspicious thing. Over in the distance, there is a tall man with brown hair with a rat on his shoulder getting really drunk. And he's like, let's go, Whiplet!
that's my boy.
And his name is Winsley, if you've ever heard us say Winsley before this part. But he's just he's got like a tie around his forehead. And then it's just like, this is what I thought would look cool.
I love
Kiki
him.
wishes she was getting drunk with Winsley.
Yes. He's also
But
very
also-
hot, which is an important thing to note.
Yeah, that's why she wishes she was getting drunk with Winsley. But she's also like, I need this info.
He turns over, spots you guys, and goes, and then keeps going. He's like, something's going down. Yeah! As you guys pass by, you notice that the courtyard as well has a bunch of like gargoyle statues. I don't know if I call them gargoyles, but they're like human, like kind of like knights, but they look like people with harpoon guns, like fishermen, I guess you would say. And in the middle,
Rulers or something.
because it's the College of Naval Command is the main hubbub of this. And in the middle of the fountain that people are like bobbing for apples out of, there is literally a statue of a guy like holding a harpoon gun straight in the air. And it's literally listed as Lysander Blackmore. And you're like, hey, that's that guy's granddad. And you guys head in. What are you looking for?
Can I start, please, really quick?
Yes.
Because as we were walking through and we noticed that the random cloches and plates and things were being put in places, Indy wants to place Corsica down. And I don't know, do we go by that area or is it like far away?
You can go by that area, yeah. You can go by there.
Like not, yeah, so Indy's gonna like dance her way over there and like just shimmies across the floor and places Corsica on the table with to sniff at all of the things and potentially see if there's something that is not, and like look in and see if there's anything that is not food in any of these things. So that is
Got it. We're gonna make a roll for Corsica here, which will be using, I think for this specifically, you'd be able to use your stats for it. In Blades in the Dark, we have a bunch of different attributes that are very similar to ones used in Dungeons and Dragons, but you have dots next to the name, which you will see whenever character sheets pop up on screen. However many dots is next to your name is how many die you get to roll, which gives you a higher outcome for the higher the number. So the players are also the ones who tell me what they're rolling. I don't ever say what it is, but it just has to make sense. Like you can't roll to sway someone, which is one of the things, to fall into the river and die. So what tell me what you're rolling and go ahead.
I will roll I guess prowl more so that no one tries to smash what looks like a rat on a table, so she could be sneaky while she's doing this.
That is very valid.
So that is a 6, 4, and a 3.
All right, we'll take the 6. Corsica goes through and starts to like lift up one of them and goes, and the little hedgehog just goes back and forth. No one notices. Some people come over for food and they're so drunk. You eventually just start sniffing at one of them and you're like, this must be it. And you lift the cloche and it's like a fancy crab with food inside the crab shell. And you're like, okay, it's not that. There's likely not any not food on this table.
You said at the start that some of them were taking those cloches to like places where there were no people.
Yes.
Yet again, Kiki's eyes will go black and she will, hang on, we're gonna pull out the stickies.
Oh my god.
She will put her hands over her head and use the peacock eye circles that are on her hands as actual eyes to see above the crowd since she is so small.
Yes.
And she will be disguising it as if she's just like, you know, she's pretending that she's a drunk party girl, happy that midterms are over.
Yeah.
But she's trying to see where these people are, and she's gonna like, when she can see what direction they're going in, she's gonna like slowly kind of direct people that way.
Okay. Kiki is covered in what looks to be peacock tattoos, and these tattoos literally like peacock feathers, and the center eye of the peacock feather opens up on her hands as her eyes go completely black. And this is the first time a lot of you have seen this. Or are you doing it stealthily or?
Not necessarily stealthily for the group, but just like in general for like anyone else. Like she's moving it like she's dancing.
You kind of look over, and I would say you're short enough that you lifting your hands up is Asmus's eye height. So
yeah.
he just turns around and he goes, oh! You're like doing that, but you're able to see roll to see, like, to keep track of them.
Could I like, I guess it would technically have to be survey. Like I'm trying to like reason how I could use prowl, but I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. 4.
Okay. You're able to see them heading around a corner. It looks like there are red velvet ropes that are guarding off parts of the party so that people don't go back into the catering areas because it would make it just messy. Which is also probably why they've chosen this time to do some sneaky shit. And you're able to see them turn, and some of them are heading downstairs. Now, you know this is a ground level that you're at right now. So that is suspicious. But as you're doing it, this is when Asmus turns around and sees you and accidentally, out of reflex, just slaps your hands for the complication of that. You just like, you don't take any harm, but it does sting.
She holds the hands so that they face Asmus, and she's like, "Come on, dude."
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know it's weird. It just that stings. Like imagine slapping someone in the eyeball.
Oh.
You're right. Take level 1 harm slapped in the eyeball.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. You're fine.
Yeah, I was ready. I was like, oh.
You didn't roll bad enough for that.
Black eye. One hard black eye.
She
Bloodshot
just
eyes.
has like a giant bruise.
You get pink eye. Does it go to all of them?
Good question. Oh, do they all get crusty and hard to open?
No.
Probably. Gross.
She's gonna like be turning her hands so that she can like look at everyone at some point, like take stock of where everyone is in the group, and be like, okay. There are people heading downstairs over there, which is weird. So we should follow them. And then she's gonna put her hands back to being forward and pretend she's dancing again. Okay. As she starts moving through the crowd.
You all move together?
I feel like we would all kind of just split to make it seem like we aren't going all in the same place at once.
Okay. You guys split. I'd say with that critical, no one's gonna notice you unless it's like you're very obviously in a place you're not supposed to be. So you're able to get through there fine. As you guys are heading forward, Kiki, out of the corner of your eyes, you see a man talking in hushed whispers, and he with another man, and he says, I know, I'm coming. Tell Chauncey to shut the fuck up. And he's like, I know, he just wants to speak to you. Calm down. And they're like heading up the stairs. You see that for that moment when I would say Yun is with you, he's gonna try to like chase them up the stairs.
I like try to like grab him and stop him from doing that.
Yeah, give you a roll for it.
Okay, hold on. I will use finesse.
Okay, it can be finesse.
A 5 and a 4.
Okay. He goes to make a dive for it, and you literally wrap your arms around his middle and yank him back, and he's like, oh, wow. Oh my god.
Oh. No.
As he does that, Kiki is going to turn her eyes towards Adonis and just be like, I'm sorry, I have to, and she's going to sneakily follow them up the stairs.
Yoda's kicking his feet and be like, I want to follow her. I want to follow her.
Oh, you stay here, and I want to like. Asmus looks strong. I pass him off to Asmus, and I follow Kiki.
Wow, your arms are so soft. And then he gets lifted up. He's obviously admiring you.
As everyone
No time for that.
should.
Literally. I wanted to say also, while you do that, Asher, who's standing next to it, tries to pull on him, and he's like, by the way, Adonis, we're in an open relationship. And then pulls Yun back. He's like, okay.
Adonis like pauses for like a brief second, and then it's like, there's no time to think about this right now, and then goes off after Kiki.
They both look at each other like, yeah, he's good. He's good. And so I'm
They're
just like,
definitely
Asmus is just
admiring
holding
that
them
ass.
confused.
yeah. It's like, can I follow them? Can I go?
Oh,
Can I go?
what happened to incognito?
I don't know what that means. I can't be in the cog. Get me out of there.
Just no, let them handle it. They've got it.
He bites Asmus's arm very gently, like a dog.
Asmus is like, do I like this?
He looks back and goes, you know, we're in an open relationship.
So are we.
He looks over at you and you think he's winking, but you can't see his eyes. So he's just like, his whole face goes like this.
I push the hair up out of his eyes. To
Okay.
see.
His eyes are turned, his eyes are completely black and are turned upward. He goes, da, like blinks in a weird way.
Frog blink.
Yeah. You see also, as you lift up his hair, that he's got like gills on his forehead, like back here. He's just like,
You are from where I am from.
oh my god, you're from Ginger. And then he holds on to you and he looks over at Asher. Can we keep him? Can we keep him? I want to keep him. And then, what are you guys doing?
Asmus is probably just like asking it at this point. He's just
I'm starting to go down the stairs where Kiki said that there's people going downstairs.
Yeah, that's what
And as she passes, Asmus just sneakily tries to slip a letter in his pocket.
oh, okay.
Nice. Go ahead, roll sneak. Roll sneaky.
I will roll finesse. A 1, and a 6.
Yeah.
You slap his ass.
You know, with that 6, you get it right in his pants pocket. He does not notice at all.
I think
Then I
it's
just
the
continue
guy
down.
in my arms.
At this point, can we do flashback and like Rufus had prepared like a metal detector of some sort that like could specifically detect the pocket watch?
Yeah. I don't know if gold is metal, but it's got metal things in it. So yeah, actually.
Okay.
Pocket watch detector.
Hey, I don't think this thing's been invented yet. Because of the intricacies of getting something that can detect metal, I say take 2 stress. No,
Okay.
one stress is fine. 1 stress is fine.
Okay.
You've got connections and you can tinker with it. You've got a little it looks like a wallet-sized what am I saying here? Like a little scanner thing, basically.
But like instead of it making sounds when it like picks something up, like it just starts vibrating.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like Rufus like goes down also and like starts like he like has it out but not in an incognito way and just like is scanning everything that he walks by.
Okay. You guys sit down. Who is following downstairs?
Asmus is keeping watch while talking to the 2 guys.
Okay. Before you guys move downstairs, Asher is kind of gonna look at you guys, and he's gonna stop Sarah Dwin and pull her to the side a little bit. Be like, hey, listen. I think dealing with this guy is gonna be bad, and not that I don't trust you guys, but if anything happens to him, I will kill all of you.
Okay. If anything happens to him, I'll kill all of you too.
I understand.
I mean, in fact, if anything happens to any of my group, I will slaughter you. But
I'd be honored. I want to come to a deal. While we're doing this, we keep track of each other's groups and make sure everyone's safe.
okay,
He
fair play.
pulls his hand out for a handshake.
She hesitates for a minute, but shakes his hand eventually.
Shakes your hand. You get a tattoo on your neck that appears suddenly. That's little vines appear on your neck, and they appear on his neck. He stretches out and he goes, okay, don't break the deal. It'll be bad if you do. And then turns around and just keeps walking. You guys aren't going up. He says that, and then he goes, okay, fine. And then he goes up the stairs and follows Adonis and Kiki. And Asmus, you were holding on to Yunsuma. She's like, tell me what happens. and then stops
Just like-
struggling.
I'm being left behind. We both are.
You both are. No. Can you put me down?
Are you going to chase them?
Almost 100% no.
Just gonna like slowly start lowering him, but like hold his shirt so he can't leave.
Okay. He just stands there and he's like, so you like men? And then we cut away. Adonis and Kiki, you guys are following this guy upstairs. Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
Yes.
Okay, roll me for that.
Four.
And what'd you get, Adonis?
I think. Hold on.
Was that a what were you guys rolling for that, by the way? What was it?
Prowl.
Oh, okay.
I did finesse.
You guys got a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
You start to follow and you overhear one of them talking. He's like, I'm a little bit worried, man. I don't want to be one of those things. Like, he's not gonna make you into one of those things. I mean, it's just like, he just wants to talk to you. Like, listen, those rich assholes are using and throwing people out like garbage, and I am not gonna end up like Timothy. And I keep pulling them up. You guys start to turn around, and you're able to pull around a corner, but one of them stops and sees like the end of your cloak and goes, who's there? From the 4 and the 3.
Kiki's going. God damn it. Kiki's gonna look at Adonis and just be like, if they come around that corner, I'm pulling you down and we are making out.
Oh, I love that for you.
I think that's all Adonis can say, because with a combination of being surprised at like what's happening and what Kiki has just said to him, he has no idea what to say. All thoughts have left his brain.
They
He
slowly
has thoughts.
thoughts. He has THOTS thoughts. You hear the footsteps slowly coming toward you, as you also hear footsteps behind you, as you see one of your new friends, Asher, Dorito Man starts to make his way upstairs, and then sees what is happening. Like, people are coming back, and he goes, oh no, and then slowly walks back a little bit, but he's still like looking up. He's like, he's way too big to not be spotted. And he's like, are you guys making out? What are you doing? Remember, we didn't do load. Oh, we forgot to do load. Everyone mark your load. Mark what size load you have and tell me what you get. Load is how many?
Normal.
Okay.
Yeah, normal. And I'm just clicking on my freebies real quick.
Brilliant. In Blades in the Dark, I'm going to explain load real quick just because we forgot to do it earlier. You plan backwards. So you do flashbacks to plan things that you bring in instead of planning before the score. And you also have a specific amount of load that you say you have beforehand, but you don't ever have to say what it is until you pull it out. And that is what load is, and you're supposed to do it at the beginning of the score. That is a my bad situation. Let's go back in.
Okay.
Asmus is light. That was too many S's. Asmus is light.
I mean,
Asmus is light.
your alias is the Viper. You can have the sisses.
True. Viper.
Kiki is going to quickly take off her shoe and throw it at the other guy as like a we can still see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I blanked on his name.
You're good. Roll to throw it at him, Asher.
I thought you said roll to flirt.
Roll to
I
flirt.
thought she was about to say that too.
I mean, he's in a poly relationship. He could be into everybody.
Alright, I'm using finesse for that because it feels like a finesse thing to be able to
I
throw
need to
anything.
have a picture of this Dorito man.
That is a 4.
Okay, you throw it at him. It does hit him in the head, and you hear unfortunately, you hear "ow," and they hear it too, and he goes down a little bit, and they start to go faster, and you hear a swing, and this guy's got a sword, and he's slowly approaching where you guys are.
He just looks at Adonis and says, "I'm so sorry," and grabs his collar to pull him towards her, and as she does, she's like, "Act like you're pinning me," and starts making out with him.
At first, it's kind of like this, and then it processes. So he kind of like turns and essentially pins her to the wall.
Just then, Winsley walks in. No,
I mean, he can join.
That's what I was about to say. You do that. He walks in and he's like, "Oh my god, that's sloppy." And turns around. That's a sloppy makeout session. Excuse you, kids. Hold on, I'll have the voice. Excuse you, kids. What are you doing here?
Kiki turns over. She's bright red because she would be in actuality. And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We just needed to sneak away from the party." And she like actively tries to like slur her words and sound a little bit drunk, and you know, the whole shebang.
Roll me for this whole shebang you got going on here.
Okay. I mean, I've got a point and sway.
Roll shebang.
Roll shebang.
Kiki's learning from Saradwin.
Yes.
And like also can I try to sell it by also acting drunk?
Yeah. If you'd like, you can do it You can do it yourself, or you can help and give her an extra die.
Ooh.
I'll help.
Okay.
If you do help, I think you take. I think it might be just 1 stress, but let me double check because you take stress for helping.
Yeah.
I think let's do 1 stress for helping. The stress mechanic is how you avoid staying traumatized, friends.
And could I? Oh, this is probably gonna suck. Could I take a devil's bargain to get another die?
Yeah, you can. If you take this devil's bargain, Asher is going to see you guys making out and tell everyone he knows that you're a couple.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what happens when you put a bunch of hot people in a room.
Yeah. Eventually, we're all gonna make out. So I'm rolling 3 die.
You already rolled one of them the original time, so this would just be the other 2
yeah.
onto your 3.
Hang on, I'll dump the one that I did roll the 3 on. 6.
Nice. You hear one of them go, "Damn horny kids," and then turns around and he's like, "Well, just do it in your room or something." "Oh my god, this is ridiculous." And then he turns around and they both like gesture you to go back to the stairs, but they don't want to look at you too long. So they're just like avoiding eye contact and then turn around and continue onward. As Asher, you see him holding the shoe and lifting up his head, going, slowly goes back down. Hi. He eventually, as they walk away, do you guys stay there or you go down the stairs?
Probably stay there for a little bit to see if they're gonna like actually turn around, but if they just keep walking, then they can like sneaky keep following.
I think they won't turn around. You got a 6. He eventually comes up and he's like, you dropped your shoe on my head, and then hands it to you.
Thank you. And she puts it back on.
You guys continue sneaking. We're gonna cut back down to the underground squad, which is Saradwin, Rufus, and Indy, I believe. You guys continue onward. You're scanning things off the side. You're not getting any. Well, you got a metal detector. You're getting small vibrations, but you lift it up and it's like a metal brace. You see a couple like small delicate things being handed, but it looks like this isn't a big score thing. This is just like they're transferring some specific small item just because they have the opportunity. You move forward and
Rufus will swipe said small items.
okay, Rufus swipes said small items. You swipe, I would say, a coin's worth of small items. So add a coin to your inventory. And you continue on. Are you guys being, there are some people moving really far ahead of you. Are you being stealthy? What are you doing?
I would say being stealthy.
Yeah, what do we see? Are there any like side rooms or anything?
It is a long hallway that's like stairs, short stairs, long hallway, and then it goes into like short stairs, platform, short stairs, platform, short stairs. It looks like it's leading you underground.
Indy will let Corsica follow them so that we can stay back a little more.
Okay.
And tell Corsica to follow them or find out where they go.
Got it. Roll me to have Corsica follow. And tell me what you're rolling.
Prowl.
Okay.
Am I always rolling for Corsica on my stats?
Usually no, but I think for Prowl specifically, they would have 3 dots.
Okay. That's a 5 and a 3 and a 3.
Corsica follows them down. You guys kind of stand there, keeping an eye out. As you do, Asmus and Yun, there are more waiters coming your way. That look like they're headed down that way.
I would say we still follow. I'm just meaning so that we don't lose where they might go. Corsica can see where they go, but we still.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You guys continue on. There are waiters coming your way. What are you doing?
Asmus is probably gonna panic a little bit, and he's going to look at Yoon. It's Yoon. That's
Yoon,
how you
yeah.
say it. Yoon. Okay. And he's like, follow my lead, and he's gonna like kind of play off of like what Kiki did and kiss him, but like also kind of like back him up so they run into the waiters and make them fall.
Okay. Make me a roll to be convincing, and yeah, I'll help you with this so you can add an extra die.
He's a wreck. I can do it in Prowl, right?
Yeah. Well,
'cause
no,
it's-
wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at what Prowl is again. I was thinking.
Tumble. It's a tumble.
Damn, it does say tumble. You are tumbling. Go ahead. Makes sense. That's 4 die for this then. When you
I'm
roll,
just gonna roll 4 die 6.
yeah.
Mhm.
When you roll it, it should give you the option to add an extra die in the
Oh.
system.
It's 5, 5, 4, 1.
5, 5, 4, 1. Okay.
So double 5.
You push him back, and you hear Yan go into your mouth. Huh? Like, wow, I did a really good job flirting with this guy. And you start to go back. And are you going back for? Or are you pushing him back into it?
Probably pushing him back into it, but like following him, like going to pin him to a wall, but there's obviously no wall there, so they're just kind of stumbling back.
Okay, he is stumbling over his own feet, and he's like, and eventually you guys fall into 3 waiters, and you all clamp down onto the ground, and he's like, oh damn, that was hot but ineffective, and then steps up, like leans up and stretches, as the waiters all fall down, and they're like scrambling to each other, going, oh, what's going, what are you doing?
Just being called a kid is funny. Asmus is gonna look up at them, and he's like, ah, sorry. You mean you can join if you want to.
No, unfortunately, we are straight men. Not to mean you're not pretty. I mean, you're very pretty. We're not homophobic. It's a whole thing right then. They're just like, oh, we're not homophobic. We love women, but we also love men, but not in that way. Like it's a whole thing. And they're sitting there trying to prove that they're not homophobic for like 5 minutes, which gives them enough time downstairs to keep going forward. You guys continue on. You follow is it the hedgehog? Who goes and eventually stops in the middle and goes and then continues forward. You follow them down until you eventually reach an underground waterway, and you all, very similar to how you guys did in this game previously, and you all stick your heads out in a very like cartoon around the corner way, like one at a time. Rufus at the bottom because Rufus is the shortest. And you spot what looks like a decently sized boat with them putting stuff in it. And the boat has a label of the Fog Hounds on the side of it as people are moving stuff into the boat. And they're putting some things in, and there is a man on top of the boat who's got like short brown hair. Stands up and is like, all right, how much more stuff we gotta get before we can leave? And the other two just go, oh, we just got a couple more things upstairs. We'll be down in like, they should be coming in with the last of it within a couple minutes. Okay. And he turns back around. You guys all, right. And you see that they're leaving a different way than they came in. So you don't have to worry about them coming back. What are y'all doing?
Saradwin starts backing up the stairs.
How many people are there?
There's the one guy that you can see on the boat, and then a couple, like 3 more people on the boat moving around. It's not a huge boat, but it's like, it's a okay sized boat. It can fit like a couple people. And then there is 2 waiters that have just left.
Did they pass us at all?
No, they went a different way.
Okay.
So three total people that we see.
Yes.
Indy is going to eye the other 2, like.
You look back and Saradwin's not there.
That's fine. Rufus is gonna go around Indy and he's gonna do the thing.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
Okay, are you going up to them stealthily or what are you doing?
Yep, we're going stealthily.
Okay. You roll me for stealth there.
Okay.
Indy's like looking back and looking forward and looking back.
Yeah. You turn around to look at Sarah when she's not there, going back up the stairs, and you turn back to look at Rufus, and then Rufus is not there, and you're like, what?
We're gonna do, I guess, finesse.
Yeah, that could work.
That's a 5.
All right. The man on the boat is so distracted with his own things, moving things about. And you go up to him, and he turns around right as he turns around to look at you right in that moment. What do you do?
I just go, hey, and then
you blow into his face, and blue shimmery smoke comes out of your mouth and envelops him. Are you trying to hit all 3 of them?
yes.
You roll a fortune roll for that.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, definitely. It goes all around the boat. And you see they start coughing a little bit, and then their eyes glaze over, and they just stand there like they're so woozy. They're like, and they can't see anything. And you're like, okay, we got a short window now.
Come on, Indy, let's go.
Yep. Indy's up on the boat. Do any of them, are any of them a similar size to Indy?
No, they're kind of big people. I will say also, you can't really get on the boat because there's the shimmery smoke on the boat.
Damn it, Rufus.
You just stay watch. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You go around the boat and you eventually scan something near the front and you hear beeping, and it is a wooden box that is locked and latched shut, but you can feel beeping from the inside.
I try to open it.
Okay. Are you going to use something? Are you going to use your hands? What are you doing there?
I'm going to use my burglar tools. Burglary gear. That I had.
Nice.
And I'm gonna use my tinker skills with this.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, so that's 2 dice. It's a 4 and a 5.
Oh yeah. You pull out a kind of like small crowbar and just it open, and you see an intricate pocket watch that is very similar to a drawing that Sarah Dwin did, just with less penises. With lines coming out of it, and it looks like little gems are like embedded in the back of it into the design of whatever kind of moth it is in the flowers. And you just pull it back up right as the effects around you are starting to it's starting to fade, and you gotta get out of there.
Okay, I snatch it and then I close the box and leave the box there and put everything back to where it is, and then I sneak out.
Okay. Are you going the way you came? Or the other way?
Going back the way I came because Indy's over there still.
Cool. You guys also see that Sarah Dwin is halfway up the stairs at this point.
Indy wants to Indy was keeping watch right there, but Indy wants to take all the guys that were there and kind of position them really quick. So they're all kind of I don't know, next to each other, but I want, next to each other, and I want to take a box that's somewhere near the top and not smash it on the ground, but put it on the ground next to them, and it is fallen open, kind of like a box fell and hit them.
Okay.
As in oh, why are we knocked out?
They are in a boat, and there is nothing that could fall down and hit them per se.
Oh,
there's no boxes that are high up. There's 3-4 boxes in this boat, and they're all on the floor.
Dang.
You could.
I want to tie all their shoes together.
Yeah, go on.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that for free. And then as it's ending, you're okay, get out of here.
I'm gonna make it look like a prank. That's the goal, is make it look like something else, it's not what it is, Yeah. Are there any waiter outfits or anything around? Or ties the waiters would have been wearing? Or I say that, okay, flashback, Indy would have had a waiter outfit in case she needed to change into one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry. So Indy will take the clothes, but instead of tying their shoelaces, she wants to tie the tie or whatever around their ankles.
Okay.
Haha.
So you can do that. Fine. Take mark a disguise off of your load because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're going, you're holy shit, bear! And you see the guy with the brown hair hit the deck, and they're lifting him up. You guys are hidden, and you hear they're scrambling. Oh, what happened? I don't know, man. Was it some weird prank, or was it a spooky thing? And they're talking about that.
Spooky thing.
Rufus goes back to Indy. Indy, I got the thing. I got it.
Fuck yeah, mole man. Let's go.
You head up. Sarah Joan, what are you doing?
Just heading upstairs to get back in the group with Asmus.
Okay. You head up and you see Yun is laughing. And Asmus has got like hands on his hips as these people are like bowing to him and being, we're sorry, but wait, what are you doing here? Why are we apologizing? But wait, we're sorry. Like a whole thing. As you come back to them.
Sarah doesn't show it per se to Ewan, but Asmus can definitely see there's like a worry in her eyes.
He's gonna like kind of glance at her, give her like a small wink, and then look back at the waiter people, and he's just gonna keep making like little kind of snide comments like, "Oh, really? Is that how you feel?" And just kind of keep it going.
Oh no! And while you're keeping, it literally takes such a long time that the others start to come up too. We're gonna cut back to the people upstairs. You guys have been able to follow them for some time, and eventually see that they both split off into two different rooms. They don't go anywhere that you would consider being the headmaster's office. But instead they just split off into two separate rooms that are marked. One of them is marked like visitor center, like visitor office. So if they have like a guest speaker, this is where the guest speaker would be. And then one of them doesn't have a name on it, but it's like marked that there is a guest speaker who is always here. Like he's here so often, he has his own office basically. But they're just in those rooms.
Well, shit.
There any other rooms like in the hallway that might be like where the headmaster's office would be?
You guys would, Kiki would know specifically, I think, that the headmaster's office would be at the, you would have to go to the top of the academy and then follow a secret passage all the way down. Like his whole thing is like, you have to go here to get it, and then you have to go, and then but it's actually down here.
It's not happening today. We should meet back up with them.
Okay, if that's what you want.
The Asher kind of looks over at you guys and he's like, are we not curious about what's in the rooms? I want to go kill those guys. Anyone else want to go kill those guys?
I mean, I could be persuaded. I'm angry.
And by me.
Yeah, I know.
Would Kiki is gonna reach into her boobs again and pull out the Viper potions that she made and just be like, "Do you want one of these?" to Adonis.
Sure. And then he takes a bottle of it.
Cool. So when you drink that, your blood and spit will be poisonous. So no more making out with me after you take it.
Really?
And
Okay.
then she's gonna take one out for herself and shove the other 4 back into her boo-boo. And then boo-boo. I was trying to say boobage.
Boobage?
And she'll turn into whichever room Asher does not go into.
Okay. Asher will go into the like general guest room, and you see he like pulls out a dagger from his own cleavage and is like, I'm ready. Because of his Dorito man titties that he's got going on.
Yep.
Honest looks down at his lack of cleavage and doesn't say anything.
He gives you a wink. He's like, he whispers over to you guys, you know, we're in a polyamorous relationship.
Oh, we're not.
But where?
What? Oh, okay. I understand. Your monogamy is very important. And then he
No, it's
walks
not.
on. He continues on.
Mm.
Goes into the regular. He literally pulls up. You also see while he's doing it, another tattoo on his arm just disappears and he winces slightly and then continues on into the room.
That's weird. Hang on, I'm just double checking the specifics of
The Viper potion.
Yeah, I just want to know how long it's. Yeah, a few minutes. Okay, perfect. Kiki will bite off the cork and down the potion and open the office space.
Okay. The user's saliva and blood becomes highly toxic to for you. Okay. All right. You enter the office. You see the one guy is standing there. He is looking down at a like there is like a robotic spider on the desk. This one has like robotic stuff in it, which is kind of weird. And there is a full automaton, like just like the shell of one just on the ground. And he's just looking down and he's going, "Oh, you poor bastard."
So she's gonna sneak up behind the guy and tap him on the shoulder. And when he turns around, she's gonna grab him by the collar and pull him down and shove her tongue in his mouth.
Holy shit! Roll for that.
All right, I'm rolling prowl because she's trying to sneak up behind him.
Roll for tonguing.
I've been told I'm good at that. I'm sorry. 6.
Mommy?
6. You turn around, he goes, "What?" And you shove your toxic tongue down his throat. In the back of your mind, you hear, "Do do 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 do." And you're like, "Wow, that." There's like a melody that Indy played once that is stuck in your head.
Yep.
He gives it, and he goes, "Bleh, bleh," and he starts like leaning back and foaming at the mouth. He's like, "Oh, what the? I gotta tell him," and he falls to his knees. And like is dead.
She steps on him as she goes to look at the other stuff.
Nice. Well,
Adonis is so turned on. That was so hot.
we didn't expect it, but Adonis and Kiki might end up being the it couple of the season. You guys, Sarah, Dwin, and Asmus, you guys got competition. You continue on and have a look around. Give me a roll to kind of just look around. Or are you looking for anything specific or just generally?
I'm just like trying to see what this stuff is. If it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like if she would recognize it from anywhere specifically, or recognize anything about it, like anything like that.
Cool. Okay. You guys, if you're rolling to look at that, do that, and we're gonna cut down below. You guys have reconvened. The waiters are like, da-da-da. They're not even paying attention to the people just came up their stairs and are trying to head that way. Yeah, and you guys have got the pocket watch. What are you? You also know that to deliver the pocket watch, he has asked you to deliver it tonight so that he can like basically take it before they could get it back or something. He asked you to have someone meet with him on top of Ravenfell Tower, which is a big part of like the College of Naval Command. It's like the clock tower above the school. And then he'll like give you, that was the whole thing. He's gonna give you money and then you can like zip line down. So he wants like someone to meet with him there. He really wants to zip line down something apparently.
I need a moment alone if you guys want to, after we all meet up and whatnot. I could take the thing to Blackmore.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Do you want to do it alone though?
I mean, will explain why I went up the stairs so quickly at a later date, but I think I need just a small bit of time alone at some point tonight. So, I mean, just a walk there and a walk back, or a zip line down back, or whatever Cyrus wants me to do. It would be easy.
I would let her go alone if she wants.
Oh, I'm not worried about Saradwin. I'm worried about Cyrus.
Sarah
So-
can handle it.
Yeah.
I've handled worse men.
Yeah. It's just a little sus how much he knows.
Yeah.
It
I mean, I
is-
could suss out how much he actually does know.
That'd be good.
maybe have someone follow along, but not
Eh,
be together.
I can be there at a distance.
I mean, if you guys all want to kind of just be around just in case, I mean, that would work. I just go up into the tower and give him the pocket watch.
I think that would be the best idea.
All right, so are you guys all heading up to the tower?
We would wait for Kiki and Adonis before we met up at the tower, just so they are filled in also on the details of the plan.
Well, and isn't it happening like later at
Yeah.
night? So it's not now.
He's waiting. He told you he'd be waiting up there all night.
Oh,
Okay. I still feel like we should wait for the rest of the group.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys. So what did you guys roll on finding things? Two. Okay. Adonis, you find something, a ripped page out of a book, but it's not the actual page of the book, it's the page number just by itself. So you like see page 278 just written down, like ripped apart. And you also shift over a little bit, I'll say with the two. A secret compartment opens up that you guys kind of back into, and Timothy's whole dead body just falls out.
I'm sorry.
Not Timothy! Rufus will forever remember his butt. The feel of it.
A sweet, sweet butt.
The sweet, sweet butt. Timothy of the of the red sashes starts to his body is just there, cold. He's been dead for a couple days probably. When the automaton starts to move a little bit and goes, what?
Does the automaton sound like Timothy?
I mean, have you heard his voice?
She did. She
Yeah.
would have heard them talking at the school when she was sneaking in.
Yeah, it sounds like Timothy. And he's got no legs on his lower body and is reaching out, grasping at his head, trying to figure out what's going on.
I don't know what to do. I'm so shook.
He's looking over and he looks around and he goes, I recognize you.
Adonis takes a step back and then also like an arm and kind of like pulls Kiki back as well.
Yeah, she lets herself be pulled back.
He
She
looks
doesn't
like
fight that.
he looks like he's about to reach out for you, but you're too far away, and goes, and he can't move his legs, and he's like, oh, okay. When Asher comes into the room and is like covered in blood, and he's like, okay, guys, did you?
Okay,
It's the door. He's gonna look at the automaton. It's like, what do you remember? What is the last thing you remember?
That I failed. Knew this would happen.
Who said you failed?
He. His eyes dim out.
Oh.
You can sense not Asmus, Adonis, you can sense that his soul, his ghost, his soul is inside this automaton, but it is hooked into metal. So it can be removed, but it would have to stay in something metallic to be able to move between them.
I have a very stupid idea.
Uh-huh.
I try to put it into a gun.
Yeah, you can try that.
Okay. So I don't even know how he would do. So I guess he's gonna like treat the gun as like a spirit bottle, and try to like coax the soul into the gun, like the same way he would like a spirit bottle.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just to
that's
see if that works.
you can give that a try. I would say you're moving this from a desperate position because it is not something that normally holds spirits. So give it a try. Yeah.
So could I do a tune?
Yeah, you can do a tune for this.
And would coming from a desperate position affect how many die I have?
No, it doesn't. It just affects the possible outcome depending on numbers.
Ah, great. A double fours.
Before you try to pull it out. You are able to actually pull it out, and you can hear like a coming from it as you're yanking it. You're not able to get it fully into the gun, and the spirit actually starts to try to latch onto literally anything else. And you see that it just goes into the metal spider. That's the metallic spider, and it's just and the spider's limbs all go out for a little bit, and Timothy is trapped in this spider now.
No.
How big is the spider?
Like this big. Not that
I think
big.
he's gonna grab it and shove it in her boobs.
Okay. Let me see how good of a time Timothy's having.
Very good time.
He's more focused on the fact that he's dead.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got 8 legs too.
and she's gonna like put him like in like the tightest part of her bra so that like he can't move out, like he can't just crawl his way out. It's like strapping him in.
Got it. Strapped
No
between
legs
the boobs.
to 8 legs.
If anyone
And-
saw, they would look like you have 3 boobs at this point.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's from Titcheros. She can just say that's like her weird thing.
That's true. Oh, hello. Hello, Timothy.
And just she's gonna do that and then turn and just be like, I guess we go?
I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
She's going to point at Asher and be like, you need to go clean up. You're going to draw attention that we don't need when I have a third titty.
You're right. And he takes his shirt off and goes, okay, here we go. He is wearing an undershirt that is not covered in blood.
Okay.
He's not shirtless, but he literally just takes his top shirt off. He's like, and then just throws it on the dead body in the room. Like, hey, isn't that the guy who bombed us?
No
Yeah.
time for that.
Okay.
We need to. We're gonna go.
Okay.
Did you find anything in the other room, by the way?
I killed that
just-
guy.
Yeah. That was all that was in there, just the guy.
No, they had some like spirit wardens things, but like basic ass shit. Probably because they're teaching at the spectrology course.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. Let's go.
You guys leave. And you guys see them coming down the stairs eventually. Kiki third boob and everyone else. And you see
Adonis
also
is like kind of in front of Kiki to kind of like, if anyone looks at her head on, they'll just see Adonis instead, so that it's harder for someone to notice her third boob.
be sensitive about that. All right,
People make fun of me for it.
what's the plan, gang?
Fill them in on what happened. We got the pocket watch and everything, and our plan to go to the tower kind of at dusk or whatever when it's starting to get it's ever-ending night, right? Yeah, something I forget, but yeah,
The time
when
that
it would be
dusk.
considered dusk.
Yeah.
They'll all just hang out outside of the tower in case anything goes wrong, and I'll go up.
And Kiki will... Oh,
You
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Helen.
Okay. Kiki will give everyone a super quick rundown of what was upstairs, and she'll just go like with her dress and show like the little top bit of the spider like just peeking out of her bra and be like,
Not
Timothy.
exactly how I imagined that to happen, but okay.
So that's something for us to figure the fuck out, but we should probably deal with some other shit first.
Asher is also hearing the Timothy thing for the first time, and he's like, "What? What the fuck? I don't like that."
So sweet butt Timothy is dead, but his soul is in a spider.
Yep.
Okay.
And that spider
Is in your boobs. Okay.
yes.
I mean, yeah.
You guys head up to Ravenfell Tower. There aren't really a lot of people here. I would say if you're trying to be stealthy, roll for stealth. If you'd like, you can do a group action, which means you all take someone's highest result, no matter who got it. But
To the group.
the person who is leading it will take stress for any failures.
I have a
will do
question.
that.
Okay, Sarah wants to lead.
Is there anywhere that Indy could be in like a nearby tower? Like another, or like on a roof that has like vision of said tower?
You could be on the roof. There's like a small little in the attic, a little balcony thing with like windows that open up. That is like you could see up there. If you wanted to.
Yeah. Can Indy do that?
Yes. I'll say that. We'll see how everyone rolls first for sneaking. Yeah. So Sarah's leading. Everyone roll. You'll have to roll the same thing. So is it a group prowl action, a group finesse? What are you doing?
Who is better
prowl?
in finesse and who's better in prowl?
Prowl.
Better in finesse.
Prowl.
Prowl.
We can do
Finesse.
prowl.
Finesse.
So yeah, let's just. Oh, so it's literally split
split.
down the middle.
Yeah.
think-
Okay.
I have decent
Asmus.
finesse still.
Asmus,
so-
rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3. Okay, prowl.
Prowl.
Everyone roll prowl. Let me know what you get. Okay, got a 6. Got a 4. 1.
That's a 3-1-1.
3-1-1. 1. Okay, Sarah don't take 1, 2, 3 stress for failures. I'm gonna roll for the other guys too, just to see if they help.
Please help.
No, nothing any better, but because you got a 6, they didn't get a crit, but no more stress. You guys prowl easily up there. Indy is like kind of leading the way because she's trying to get to an attic separately that Kiki told her about that she could see from, because she's doing the separate thing. So are you guys going up with her, or are you guys heading up to the tower? Are you guys splitting up at all there?
Maybe go to the tower, but stay low and let like Sarah Dwin take the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, Adonis gonna head toward the tower.
Kiki, Rufus, you guys heading to the tower or going with Indy?
Heading to the tower, but also staying lower, letting Sarah Dwin do her thing.
Rufus will go with Indy.
You guys end up in an attic with old like books and stuff. It's kind of it's okay. You guys get up there pretty easily. As the rest of you guys arrive at the bottom of a tower, there's a ladder that leads up there, and Sarah Dwin kind of breathes a bit and is like, okay, I'm gonna be on my own for a little bit, and steps up the ladder. You guys kind of listen in. You can't hear fully what's happening, but you Sarah Dwin, as you come up the ladder, there is a bell up high that kind of goes off. It basically only goes off at noon in the middle of the day, so people know when the middle of the day is, for classes mostly. And Cyrus is standing there leaning against a wall, like he's trying to pose coolly. He's like, hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Blackmore?
Yeah, doing okay. So were you able to get it? Is this a mid mission letting me know what's going on, or did you get it?
She pulls it out and just starts dangling it.
Oh, amazing! I knew you guys could do it. He pulls out a small bag of coin, that probably has like a shit ton of coin in it. It has let's go, 8 coin in it. A good monthly take for a small business.
Cool.
And he kind of reaches out and he's like, "Oh, are we gonna do the thing?" And he like you're gonna do the thing where you pass it at the same time.
Fine. She meets him and is getting ready to hand over the pocket watch.
Okay. You guys do a handoff. He gives you the money fine. He's kind of led you over to where the zip line is so we can tell you where he put it. You're like, look, and it lands in the garden there. And then he sighs and he goes, well, thank you again for this, Saradwin. I want you to know, honestly, it's nothing personal. It's just business. And then he steps away. As the leader of the Foghounds, Margette comes around with a dagger and is going to stab you in the gut.
Indy fires.
Can I try to resist?
Resist, yeah, you can resist the damage there. So you would take level 3 harm. Roll to resist. Roll how you're going to resist, and then you're gonna take 6 stress, but we'll minus that from your resistance roll. So what are you doing to resist?
I'm gonna try to like get out of the way and like push off of Margette.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll finesse.
Makes sense.
Can Indy, so Indy's been watching this whole time. She has her gun and her spyglass out. Like, can she not fire when she sees this happening?
You don't have your rifle on you. You could. What did you roll, Saradwin?
1, and a 2.
Oh no.
No, but I can make a shot when I can push myself to make a ranged attack at an extreme distance beyond what's normal for the weapon.
I will say, go ahead and give me try to shoot. I will say you can't see Margette, but you can see Cyrus back up. Cyrus is in your vision, so you can give that a shot. You take 4 stress, Saradwin, from that.
Okay, and I'm at 9 stress.
Oh my god, 1 more and you become traumatized. He stabs you in the gut. Take level 2 harm stabbed. And you kind of hold on as you look into the eyes of someone you once called friend, who has led you here today. And as the cut happens, there is the tattoo on your neck disappears. And down below where you guys are kind of like, you guys haven't heard specifically what's happening, but Asher kind of looks and like the tattoo on his neck disappears too. And his veins become black and he starts coughing up blood and he's and like leaning over going, what the fuck? And like onto his knees. As Margette.
Saradwin just spits all of the blood that's in her mouth at Margette.
Nice. What did you get for your roll, Carolee?
So I can't shoot Margette though. I don't necessarily see that.
You don't see that, but you see Cyrus.
Okay, but I guess let's say I see her getting stabbed, so she is gonna shoot at Cyrus.
You know something's going on.
Can I say that's prowl? Because it's sneaky?
Prowl or hunt would probably work.
Okay. That's a 5, 4, and a 2.
You had to push yourself to do that, so take 2 stress. You look over and he literally turns at the exact moment that you shoot him in the shoulder, and he looks down at you and grins a little bit, and his eyes go black. And he does a little wave as behind you, behind him,
For sure.
Margette twists the knife. Asmus, you hear a gunshot go off, and are you running up the ladder?
I'm running up. Oh, very quickly climbing up because you can't run up a ladder. Yeah.
I'll say you can get up there fast enough. You just enough time to see Margette twist the knife and kick her off the top of the tower.
He's running and like jumping out the window with Margette.
You tackle Margette as she goes, and you go to reach for Ceridwen, but you've just got Margette in your hands. Ceridwen is 10 feet down, 20 feet down, 30, 40, and eventually lands.
Wait. Does Adonis see this? And if he does, can I use... Could I use some sort of like I can have climbing gear. I have some sort of rope to throw down to her, or if need be, I can use a lightning hook. It will hurt her as I reel her in, but like
nothing would be able to grab onto her, be fast enough. She falls down, and from the top of Ravenfell Tower, Ceridwen Raven Klein comes impaled on the statue of Lysander Blackmore. The coins fall from her hand into the fountain as students below scream, and the light drains from her eyes.
Gotta say, my cat purring directly behind me is not the vibe.
Ceridwen dies.
Purring.
Cards for everyone.
Blue.
Ceridwen, as you fall, as you've fallen, the last thing you saw was Asmus diving for you, desperation on his face. Moments of your love that you were never able to express fully to him as he falls up. Memories wanting to get away from a life for a short time that you were never able to do as you reach back and are limp on the statue. Cyrus turns to look at you, smiles with a bullet wound in his chest, and then just goes to the back of the other side of the tower and puts his arms out and falls down. Ceridwen is dead. Cyrus is gone. You look down and you see the body of the person you love, dead and impaled.
What's with my characters getting traumatized by people they love dying?
That was literally my first thought.
That was my first thought too. You guys, Margette is, I would say Margette gets kind of like knocked out by her head hitting the thing. And as you guys do, you see gargoyles that are on the side of the tower slowly start to move their hands and come alive and look like they're and start to go for you as they move apart. What are you doing?
Asmus in rage is going to throw Margette out the window.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
You're on top of the clock tower. She's unconscious. You throw her off the building. That is fine. 100% you throw her off the building. Let's do a fortune roll to see if she's alive. High fortune live or high fortune dead?
High fortune dead.
High fortune dead.
Yeah.
She's unfortunately alive.
No!
She falls down and she lands on some people partying and it like pulls her fall. The things around you feel, it doesn't feel real as some of the statues are moving and you realize you have to get out of here or they're going to possibly kill all of you. Are you guys retreating?
Yes.
Yeah.
You pull back. Yun is holding Asher, who is coughing up like black ichor and blood and pulling him away. And you guys
Rufus grab Ceridwen's body.
Can you grab it while you leave?
Can he?
You
It's down low.
Down low. You'd have to get to it. So we'll get you guys.
She's impaled.
She's impaled on a statue on a
Yeah,
fountain.
but Rufus like handles like laborious work and stuff, so he can lift her.
Definitely. We'll say you guys head out, sprint down. You, as you're running down, you see people starting to come up, and there is a standing automaton in front of you. that is like it's leading you somewhere. Wherever you go, people kind of get in front of you, until you eventually end up like having to just sprint out the front where you came. As you're doing so, in between your breasts, Kiki, you hear a sad voice go, Cyrus, bad. As you sprint out, there are people sprinting away from Saradwin's body. All of the coins that were given are splattered on the ground. As you guys stand and say, if you'd like to try to lift her off, you can go ahead and give me a try for that.
Okay. We're going to use... What would be used for that? Maybe skirmish or finesse, I guess?
Whatever would be physical. So both of those could work, technically.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay. You yeet her body off. Are you guys leave? You had to choose between the money and her body. You chose the body. Withdraw.
Yeah.
And you guys get out of there. You're carrying her body through. Her hands are dangling down. But by the time you get to her, you cannot feel her spirit is still within her body. And that's the end of the session. Thank you for coming to episode 1. Thank you to Lila for being amazing for Saradwin for this one episode.
What the hell? I want to go home. I don't want to play anymore.
And that's the end of the season, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next time for episode 2, where we continue with downtime activities and whatever comes next. And it's time for Blades to guide you to beautiful friendships. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I'm
That
taking those off.
was so good. I love that.